Thank you for tuning in to SnapExcel and welcome back to our channel. On today's video, we will be talking about the if function. So the if function is very useful in your Microsoft Excel reporting if you would like to set a condition and display a specific result when it matches your condition. The if function checks whether a condition is met and returns the value if true and another value if false. Following its syntax, the function if, logical test, comma, value if true, comma, and value if false. So your logical test is your condition that you want to set on your formula. Your value if true, this is the result that you want to show if the condition is met, and the value if false is anything that you want to show or any result that you want to display if it's not meeting your condition. So this pretty straightforward. The if function is very easy to use. You just need to stick with our syntax to make sure that we will not be um, resulting to any error. So let's go ahead and go with the examples that I prepared. So here's the example. I just have a table right here. So we have the names, we have the scores, and we have the results. And this is where the if function will be encoded. So let's start with the example. So our statement is if the grade of the student is greater than or equal to 80%, we're going to show pass. Otherwise, we will show fail. So our reference for the grade is on column B. So our condition is if that a cell value is not meeting, or if the cell value is equal or greater than 80, then we're going to show pass, and fail if not. So let's go ahead and just type in our formula. So starting off with the equal sign, and the function is if. So as you can see that Excel is already displaying the syntax. So our logical test will be the condition that we want to set. So following the statement that we have, if the grade is equal or greater than 80, then pass, and fail otherwise. So the grade is here. So we have Ron's grade. I'm gonna type, select that as our reference. So if that cell is equal or greater than 80, then we will show pass. Otherwise, fail. Note that we've used quotation symbols here. It's because we are declaring a text. And since we are inside the formula field, we are not on the text field or cell field here. We are declaring something that Excel will recognize as a text, and for that we need to use the quotation at the start and the beginning of the text that we would like to display. So continuing on with the formula, just hit enter. There you go. Let's drag the formula down right there. So what it does, it copied the formula. So instead of copying it, selecting the cell and pasting it by Control V, you can see that what's that? It's a square or rectangle. At the edge of the rectangle, you can click that and pull that down, until you copy that. It's just equivalent to copying the formula or the cell. So let's see here. So we have passing information here. Yeah, looks good. But we have two grades that's failing. So that's for Roland and one for Rose. Roland has 72 and Rose has 76. So since our formula is, since the condition that we set is if the cell value, which is in this case is B13, it is not equal and it is not greater than 80, then instead of um, displaying the pass because it didn't meet the requirement, then it's showing the fail. All right, that is the text that we set for our formula. Same here. So the grade of Rose is 76. Since it is not greater than or equal to 80, then Excel with the if function, it displayed the value because it didn't meet the requirement. And for the rest, it meets your requirement, and that made it displaying the value if true. Alright, so that's actually it. The if function is very simple and it's very straightforward to use. But what if we have multiple conditions? So let's go ahead and try that. So I have another example here. When we use multiple if function, we actually call that nested if. Alright, so in this case, the statement has expanded. So if the grade of the student is greater than or equal to 80, then we're gonna show pass. And if the grade is greater than 70, then we're gonna show for review. And then if neither of the two is not meeting, then we're gonna display the fail result. So let's go ahead and show that on our formula. So same thing, same result, same information. So starting off with equal sign, if this one B7, our grade, is equal or greater than 80, we're gonna show pass. Let's put first the original formula. Okay, so if the if B7 is greater than or equal to 80, I'm gonna show pass, otherwise fail. This is your original formula that we tried earlier, right? But we have another condition, and that is if the grade is greater than 70. So let's put that second condition inside our formula. So we're going to use another if, and to do that, for Excel to recognize that we are using another if, we're going to use the value if true. We're going to replace that. You can highlight that and put another if function. Now we have to fulfill the syntax, so we're going to have another logical test, which is if this cell is greater than 70, then we're going to show for review, otherwise fail, and hit enter. Let's drag that formula down to the last row. There you go. Alright, so looks good. So everything else is passing except for the two, Roland and Rose. So let's go ahead and review that. So in this case for Roland, we earlier we had it like fail, right? But in this case, since we have another condition that we set, instead of directly showing that it's fail, Microsoft Excel process the information by another if function, right? So since it didn't meet this first condition, it processed the information by going to another if and testing that uh, if the result of this condition is meeting, then we're gonna uh, it will display the value of true and value of false. So in this case, the grade of Roland is 72. It is not greater than or equal to 80, but it is greater than 70. Thus, your second function or second condition has been met. So it displayed your value of true. Okay, and that's the reason why the result for Roland is now for review. So now let's go ahead and check with Rose. So Rose is kind of different. What we have for Rose is fail. Her score is 68. So let's check why. So since her score is 68 and it is not equal or greater than 80, and it is not greater than 70, then it didn't meet any of the criteria or any condition that we have on our if function. And since it didn't meet any criteria, Excel show the fail text that we put on our function. Remember, when we have the if function, you have your value of true and value of false, and since it didn't meet any of that criteria, then it was forced to show uh, the value that we set when it's not meeting the criteria. Okay, so that's actually it for the nested if. It's just an expanded version of the if function. It's kind of confusing at first, but when you get used to it, you'll be able to use multiple if function inside one formula. Just remember to stick with the syntax, and also remember when you're putting nested if, Excel process the condition by the first condition, second condition, third condition, and so on. All right. So I hope that the video is helpful to you. We hope that we help you understand how the if function works, and if it's helpful to you, then please hit that like button and the subscribe button as well, so you will be notified when we have new videos that we upload on our channel. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you again next time.